all the evidence that they have still in storage, do they test everything? Do they go everything with touch DNA, the garrote, the rope, the paper, and to see all the different, because they can do that, where they can see all the people that have come in contact with that? Or is there just so much from the Boulder police at that time that the evidence is no good anymore? It's just too much trace DNA on it.
Right. Well, we don't know if the evidence is no good or not, and the family's been demanding DNA testing that Boulder keeps inferring they're going to do, but the family has not been communicated with anything other than very vague generalities. And we believe this crime, and when I say we, I'm the Ramsey family, and I believe that this crime can be solved. It's not guaranteed to be solved, but there's a couple of basic things that the family's been demanding that kind of needs to happen, which is items from the crime lab that were tested, 30 years ago should be retested because
Sure.
technology has changed drastically. Inexplicably, there was a handful of items that were sent to the crime lab last time, or 3 decades ago, that were never tested. That should be tested. But the most important piece of DNA, which a lot of anti-Ramsey authorities kind of want to dismiss as, well, it's not valid DNA. Well, we don't know unless it's tested. The one piece of DNA evidence in this case that was used to dismiss a lot of the potential suspects that we profile in the third episode, I believe nobody, including the Ramseys, should be ruled out on the existing DNA sample. Let me be clear. I don't think the Ramseys had anything to do with it. They'd be the first ones to say, let's redo DNA testing and all suspects should be put back on the table. But there is unidentified foreign male DNA. When I say foreign, I mean non-family member.
Right.
There's a little bit of DNA that is mixed with the blood of JonBenet in her underpants. I know this is graphic and hard to talk about, but got to give the facts. She was violated with a paintbrush handle, and some of her blood mixed with some foreign DNA. And that sample was a pretty bad sample. And it's a mixed sample, and there is technology now that can separate out those two DNA samples, JonBenet's blood and this foreign male DNA, and get a much more precise profile with enough markers that it can be fed into investigative genetic genealogy, which has been a huge boon to cold cases in recent years. The Morgan Nick case in Arkansas was just solved through genetic DNA, Green River Killer, Golden State Killer. I mean, people are doing cutting edge work, and there are private labs who have done this cutting edge work, who have volunteered to do this for the JonBenet case. But the problem with policing in this country is that a murder case is under the jurisdiction of the local police jurisdiction. There's maybe 14,000 police jurisdictions in this country. Someone should fact check me on that one. I don't know exactly how many there are, but whether it's a 2-person town, in upstate New York, or it's the Los Angeles Police Department, that police department has jurisdiction over a murder case. And unless they ask for help, unless they invite outside help in, help doesn't come. But there are labs ready to do this work. And so we ask the Boulder police to take advantage of all the people offering to help.
Which is amazing, because 30 years ago, Barry Scheck, who I thought was a genius during the OJ trial, Barry Scheck was the expert on DNA, and no one knew what DNA meant back then. To me, it actually meant dude needs apartment. So I was, and then for OJ, it was dude needs alibi. I was just that the DNA.
Well, the technology was so new. I understand.
It was so amazing.
What did it mean? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's funny. It was just as good as in rehearsals too.
Hey,
but anyways,
Joe, you get a little Catoism, man. That's a little bonus.
I love it. Can I steal that one?
It's yours. It's yours. Put it in the next doc.
Hey, Joe, the Boulder police could have been heroes, right? They could have just, if they had solved this case and really made that their priority, they would have been heroes. The respect that would have been worldwide, and the acclaim.